Alrighty, guys, welcome in Slaughterhouse Sports. We have a new commitment here, and we're going to break down some of, again, the highlight tape. The All-22, again, like I've only been for me, I've only pretty much been around the game coaching football just a couple of years, but I enjoy reviewing quarterback play, and I'm going to tell you what I think. And again, it might not be the opinion of somebody that's a former NFL quarterback or former NFL quarterback coach, but I'm going to tell you my opinion, all right? And I hope that you guys, enjoy the video, and you guys should formulate opinions that are different than mine, or maybe you agree with some of my assertions. So, because I enjoy doing this. George Macintyre, okay? 6'6" quarterback, Brentwood, Tennessee. Now, this is a quarterback who plays the game in an exciting way. This is somebody that can really make those fancy off-schedule type throws. But also, this is a great stick right here. Okay, look at this throw. This window's incredibly tight. This is a tight window throw. Now, Macintyre, 6'6", very, very tall as a quarterback. Some people, again, think you could be too tall as a quarterback. But I think like Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, there's a lot of tall quarterbacks. This guy towers above the competition. And look at this throw on the move. I mean, this is like the type of throw that you see Mahomes do. It's the type of throw that you see Josh Allen do outside of structure, little flick of the wrist, and creates an explosive play. This is a modernized view. A lot of high schools are going to this now. So you just see the natural quarterbacking ability, which is, in the pocket, going to keep my eyes down the field. I know that he holds the ball out there. Coaches will say that you got to put two hands on it or you'll fumble the ball. But really, Macintyre here, he's like playing with, it seems like he's a man amongst boys in this clip. I mean, he evades literally 4 defenders here. Like, really tough to teach, that spin move and then throwing on the left with touch. Guy's an excellent basketball player as well, adding to his athletic ability. The guy is a super athlete. His mechanics remind me of, ironically, a very immobile quarterback. Remind me of Joe Flacco. But here you see him throw the ball a good 70 yards, okay? And he's still growing at 6'6". His hand size listed as, 9-inch hands, which is, again, not the biggest hands, but somebody that is very, very athletic, somebody that can improvise. So that's a huge plus. The arm strength is also is high. A lot of times, like maybe can he drive the ball in the super tight spaces? We'll have to see. But look at him uncork this ball. I mean, his arm strength's at literally a 9.8 on the scale. I mean, his ceiling is insane. I mean, you're talking about maybe an NFL quarterback here. Look at this throw. This throwing motion is pure. It's a pure throwing motion. You can't even see the end of that throw. It was just excellently laid in there. This is with touch. This is putting it in the bucket. All right? This is art. Art from George Macintyre. Art. Watch this throw. You got to hold the safety. The safety's lined up in the middle of the field. You got to hold it and then let the ball go. And he's going to a simple offense with Josh Heupel. Nico Yamayea, again, is a 6'6" quarterback. Nico's going to play like him with that style. This is a Joe Flacco throwing motion here, a high, tight throwing motion. Flacco's also a 6'6" quarterback. Plays with a real smoothness to his game. The different arm angle, I mean, this is just ridiculous. This is a beautiful, beautiful play. I mean, right now, I totally understand the hype why this guy's going to be a 5-star quarterback. I mean, the guy can make every single throw. I know that the quarterback position is more about just making throws. It's about understanding the offense. It's a part about how can you lead your team, play in and play out. How can you connect the whole locker room? All of that is intangibles. I think that this kid has all of the tangibles, and he's a good basketball player. So just from a tangible standpoint, or intangibles, again, we don't go to school with George Macintyre. But I mean, oh my gosh. I mean, this is just insane. What a throw. This is a frozen rope. How do you not love this? How do you not love this? This is the new age of quarterback. Okay? This is just, again, clean pocket, I know. Kids are going to nitpick his game, but this is just, you can't teach. That's really hard to teach. That's a 1% throw. There's great quarterbacks in college that are not making this throw. This is just insane. He throws this from his own 40, and it arrives where? On the 20-yard line? What is that, a 50 or a 60-yard throw there? It's like 55 yards to the far hash. Endless arm talent. Contested ball, guy in his face. I mean, Bryce Underwood's named as the number one quarterback, but it's going to be close. Now, the thing about Macintyre, I guess is a weakness, though, is that he is very, very thin. So he could even get stronger. Okay, and he's not going to run some quarterbacks will run the football as well. He has the ability to extend, but he's incredibly, incredibly thin. In these clips as well, too, like his recognition of coverages, a lot of times, he'll throw the deep ball, but to go to that next level, he's going to have to learn, he's going to have to continue to anticipate. Like there, I like it. Sees the coverage. I like that this ball's out right here. So he's answering that question. Can he throw for anticipation? He's answering that question. Because when you have a quarterback this good, honestly, guys, he's a 5-star quarterback. Sometimes when you're a 5-star, people will turn on the tape and say, is he worth that billing? And sometimes you nitpick. But this kid looks like he's worth it. And this is only his junior tape. Because he can make all the throws. He's so mobile. He's so athletic at 6'6". He's such a talent at his height, with the way that he can move in the pocket, with the way that he can layer the football. These are well covered receivers a lot, and he's still making the plays happen. And he's going off platform and making these plays. And Josh Heupel, it's going to be a really fun offense to see at Tennessee. He's going to put up, I think he can put up big-time points. Rolling out, throwing on the run. The guy can throw on the run so well. He can improvise well. His arm strength is pretty damn elite. He checks pretty much every single box, and he's incredibly athletic and fluid with how he plays. Okay, he's right up there with Dylan Raiola, but I would probably take Raiola just slightly above because Dylan just is a little bit stronger physically. But this kid is taller than Raiola by about 3 inches, and he's very, very mobile. He is really similar to Nico. Very, very similar. Maybe Nico has a bit of a stronger arm, but this kid is faster, I would say, even than Nico. And his pocket movement is going to be even better than I think Nico's can be. But Tennessee is getting some absolute studs at quarterback. And this kid could be a Heisman, one of the most fun quarterbacks we can ever see. Because this junior highlight tape is absolutely insane. The types of plays that he makes, the types of rollouts, the type of throws down the field, the 70-yard sky-breaking throws are just incredible. Moon balls. That's a moon ball that's freaking perfect. You put a Squirrel White there. You put a Brew McCoy, a Jalen Hyatt type receivers with George Macintyre. So Tennessee now is going to have 2 of the best quarterbacks in the country. Nico Yamayea, which again, people are going to yell at me for even trying to say his name. I mean, this is a flat ball that's going 55. Really, really good fundamental skill. Very coachable. serious, and has great form. Great throwing motion, tremendous footwork, throws with anticipation as well. Yeah, look at this. That's unbelievable. See, that's everything. That's everything about the modern game. Like when the play breaks down, can you create the second play? When the first play breaks down, are you going to create the second play? And this is the second play. The first play's done, okay? As a defensive coordinator, you've done your job. You've stopped the play. But you're not ready for play two, which is play two. You play two, you start out, the wide receivers are 20 yards down the field. And then he's rolling dead to his left as a righty, fading away, completely comfortable throwing this ball, throwing it with enough velocity that the other guy who's hovering on this sideline is not going to see this and intercept this ball. That's everything you need to know about Macintyre and the game, because guess what? Defensive ends, guys, I know you have Parsons and Bosa. Defensive ends, D tackles, they're better athletes and they're better players. They're quicker than they've ever been, okay? So they're getting to the quarterback. So it's a prerequisite a lot to create the scramble drill plays. And that's a lot of times where your chunk play happens, is on the play that I just showed y'all, is that when you can, again, escape pressure, it gives such an advantage to the offense when you're able to break contain, when you're able to break pressure, and you're able to create the second play. And you're able to move the football from unconventional pockets. And it looks here, the good news about Macintyre, this offensive line isn't even that fantastic from these clips, and the wide receivers are not creating like insane separation either. He's dropping it in the bucket, and a lot of times he's making them look good. So overall, how can you not be impressed with George Macintyre? I know he's a 5-star, but here we illustrate there's such a difference. There's so many 5-stars, and a lot of the 5-stars end up transferring after 1 or 2 years and maybe play G5 level football, or maybe play low power 5 ball. And yeah, you hear about him a little bit, but this is a player that can really resonate on the national stage in college football. Who knows what's going to happen NFL? But he has the talent, Macintyre. Brentwood, Tennessee, right outside of Nashville. So Tennessee cleaning up at the quarterback position.